Welcome to the Chop Seat, where Braves country meets the big leagues. Your host Vic is here to break down everything from truest part to the top of the standings across the league. From walk-offs to wild trades, this is your seat for everything baseball, but a heavy dose of chop. So grab your glove and settle in, because the Chop Seat is open.
Welcome to the Chop Seat, your favorite place for Braves baseball and the rest of the league. I'm your host, Vic, and today is Friday, September 12th. Listen, Braves lost. You already know about that. Braves lose another series. That's 4 series losses in a row. But we got some better action going on around the league. We're going to take a look at that. We got a little flip-flop in the standings. AL West is now tied up. It's up for grabs. Let's see who's going to come out on top when it's come playoff time. We got a team that's struggling really bad time to struggle. That's little bro, New York Mets. We're going to keep an eye on them on the standings. You got a couple teams behind them. They're getting hot, especially one. There's one that's really hot. So we're going to take a look at that. And we're going to take a look at the rest of the league. The American League wild card is pretty spicy as well. Everything's getting good. This is usually what happens in the last month of baseball, and we're going to talk about that. And then we're going to talk about the upcoming Braves series. Fortunately, probably going to end up in another series loss, but we're going to talk about that. We're going to preview it real quick, and we're going to see how it ends up going. So without further ado, let's head into our first segment.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes.
It's time for Tomahawk Takes, where we take a look at the previous Braves series, and Tomahawk Takes is brought to you by SeatGeek. Use code CHOPSY20. As you can see below, you're going to save yourself $20 off your first purchase on SeatGeek. NFL is underway. Week 2 already, right? This is week 2. Use code CHOPSY20. Go catch yourself a game in week 2, bro. What are you waiting for? We got some key series going on as well in the majors. Go grab yourself a ticket at SeatGeek using code CHOPSY20. Save yourself $20 off your first purchase. So let's look at these series that we had. It was a series against the Chicago Cubs. The Chicago Cubs were in town, and it actually looked like it was a Wrigley Field in town, though. Fans were out there, bro. Cubs fans were rolling deep the entire series. Listen, the Braves won game 1. That was Shota Imanaga starting for the Cubs. He went 6 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs, all those earned, no walks, 4 Ks. He took the L in this one. He's now 9-7 with a 3.21 ERA for the Braves. It was Bryce Elder, another really solid performance by him. 6 in the third, 5 hits, 1 run, 1 walk, 6 strikeouts. That's win number 7 for him. He's now 7-9 with a 5.35 ERA. Listen, the Braves, they start off nicely. They put up 3 runs up early in the bottom of the first. Ozzie Albies, he had his home run number 16 of the season. Drake Baldwin, the Rookie of the Year candidate, he had an RBI double. Acuna, he breaks out of a streak, 25 straight ABs without a hit. He got out of that slump. He had an RBI single, and then in the bottom of the 8th, Matt Olson hits home run number 23 of the season. And going back to Acuna, he was still batting 6 in this game. Braves end up winning 4-1. Iglesias, he comes in. He picks up save number 25. A nice win to open up the series for the Braves. But that is all we got. Game 2, the Cubs won that one 6-1. Cade Horton, Rookie of the Year candidate. And he might be the favorite for it now. 6 in a third, 4 hits, just 1 run earned, no walks, 2 strikeouts. He gets win number 10 of the season for him. The rookie sensation is now 10-4 with a 2.70 ERA. Spencer Strider was on the mound for the Braves. He looked a bit better. 6 innings for him. No mustache, by the way. No mustache. This guy has switched it up on us. Looks like a completely different person. If you haven't seen the pictures, go ahead and look it up. But again, he went 6 innings, 6 hits allowed. Just 2 runs allowed. 3 walks and 8 Ks. Good to see his strikeouts go up a little bit. That's loss number 13 of the season for him. He's now 5-13 with a 4.86 ERA. The lone run for the Braves, that came via a Jerickson Profar RBI single. That scores Acuna. Again, that was a lone run. Cubs win 6-1. It was a pretty close game. until Alexis Diaz came in, making his debut. This guy was not good at all. You can see why he was probably picked up on waivers. He goes 2/3 of an inning, no hits allowed, but he gives up 4 runs. All those earned. 4 runs. 3 of those earned. 3 walks. He was just wild. Hopefully, that's his first appearance with the Braves. That he's funky. Well, if he has another one, I'm not sure if he pitched yesterday. Not yesterday. The Braves were off yesterday, but Wednesday night. I'm not sure if he did or not, but dude, I hope that's the one and only bad one that you have. So, anyways, he was awful. Cubs win that one 6-1. That was it. That was it for that one. Game 3, this was a little closer, a 3-2 win for the Cubs. Unfortunately, Jameson Taillon, he goes 4 1/3, 6 hits, 2 runs. Both of those earned 2 walks and 2 Ks. Has a 4.15 ERA. It was Chris Sale on the mound for the Braves. Again, a good, solid performance by him. 5 innings. He got tagged a little bit in the hits department. 7 hits, 3 runs. All those earned, 1 walk, but 9 strikeouts. Very good to see from Chris Sale after coming back from that rib injury. That's loss number 5 for him in the season. He's 5-5 with a 2.52 ERA. For the Braves in the scoring department, it was Nacho Alvarez. He had an RBI double right down the left field line. That scores Ozuna. He was on second after hitting a double himself. So we have back-to-back doubles there. Matt Olson, he had a sac fly. And that was the second run. And that was, again, this is another 1-run loss for the Braves. That was number 34 of the season for them. 34 1-run losses this entire season. Imagine you win half of those, bro. Imagine you win half of those. 17. We're probably 17 games under 500 right now, or maybe even 20. But the point is, we're 16 games under. Look at that. 16 games under. So imagine you win half of those. That would have been 82. It's not 82. Yes, we would have been at 82 right now. 82 wins. Anyways, just you can't have this problem next year. And look, this is just so you can see where we stand. This season, the Braves lead the majors with 1-run losses. Again, I said this is the 34th loss of the season via 1-run ball games. The White Sox are in second in this category. They have 31. And the Pittsburgh Pirates are third. They have 29. So, again, you're in the same category with these teams. What is the problem when you look at those teams? Really, what is it? I think it has to be the bullpen. I think it has to be the bullpen. You can't go cheap with the bullpen. You got to bolster that bullpen. Yes, it is also the hitting. It is the hitting as well. It's just I don't even know. It's just a mixture of everything going bad all at once. But I feel like if you have a really good bullpen, like not guys that you got off of waivers and stuff, like I don't know. But just so you can see where the Braves stand. And the Major League record is 44 1-run losses. That's the Chicago White Sox in 1968. So the White Sox are in that standing there again. And they were high in the standings when it came to 1968. But again, 34 1-run losses for the Braves. I've never seen something like this. I've never seen something like this in my lifetime that I can recall. I don't think we've ever lost so many 1-run ball games. This is probably number 1, honestly. I think I saw a graphic. I think it said in 80-something, maybe 89, the Braves were a little bit worse when it came to 1-run ball games. I think they had lost maybe 36 or 38 or something like that. So I'll have to do some research and get that graphic back. But a bright spot here. During the series when the Braves won their first game of the series. It was Brian Snitker's 800th win of his career as manager. We had some news talking about Snitker. We had some news regarding him staying to come back next year and manage the Braves. I feel like it's a 50-50 division when it comes to the fans. Half of the fans don't want him. It might be more than half of the fans don't want him coming back anymore. I could do another year, Snicker. I could do one more year. You can't fully blame him for this. The players got to do their part. But if it comes down to it, I could do one more year of Brian Snitker. He did say he has some unfinished business. Give him one more shot, bro. Give him one more shot. You don't want him to go out like this. He doesn't want to go out like that. So I'm okay with one more year. That's it. After that, I want a new change of scenery. I want a new guy or gal to come in and change this whole thing around. So let me know in the comments, what do you guys think of Brian Snitker coming back to manage one more year? Perhaps. We'll see. He says he has some unfinished business. I feel like it's 50-50 division, or not even 50-50. I feel like more than half of the fan base does not want Brian Snitker coming back. But I think I'm okay with giving him one more year. One more year, one more chance. He has unfinished business. He wants to go out, with a bang. So I say give him the shot. Give him the opportunity to be able to come back and leave on good terms. He doesn't want to leave on this type of season. So, but after that, I say I need to change the scenery. I want somebody else at the helm. So let me know in the comments again. What do you guys think of Brian Snitker coming back, or should he just hang it up after this season? So that's all we have for Tomahawk Takes, I believe. I don't think I have any other Braves related news besides the fact that we suck and we just can't wait for the season to end. Wish you could simulate the season, but unfortunately you can't. You got to stay out there and play these games. You got to watch these games. So that's all we got, guys. That's all we got for Tomahawk Takes. Now let's head into our next segment.
It's time for the MLB.
It's time for the MLB, where we take a look at the action from around the league. And I'm slacking right here, guys. I'm slacking because the music is not playing, but it's about to start playing right now. Honestly, I can't even hear it. It's weird. It should be playing. Hopefully it is playing. But let's look at what happened. Like I said in the opening, you got some flip-flops in the standings. You got some teams getting hot. You got a tie top of the AL West. We're gonna see what happened. We had a 4-game series with Kansas City Royals at the Cleveland Guardians. Guardians take game 1 10-2. Slade Ciccone, he takes a no-no into the 8th inning. Cleveland, the offense, it blows up for 6 in the bottom of the 4th inning. That's how they get the 10-2 victory. Game 2, Jose Ramirez, he leads the Guardians to a 2-0 victory, hitting homer number 28 of the season. Royals are able to bounce back on Wednesday's game. They win that one 4-3. Royals looking for a split of the series, but the Guardians, they have other plans. CJ Cape, big go-ahead 2-run homer in the 8th inning. That gives Cleveland the lead and the win. 3-2 victory there for them. They win the series, taking 3 out of 4 from their AL Central rivals. Next, we had an NL East matchup. It was a split in this series. The Nationals, they end up winning both games. The first games 15-7 and then 7-5. But then the Marlins, they come back and win the final 2 games of the series, 8-3 and then 5-0 victory. Another NL East matchup. Nice rivalry. Remember, the Mets, they had just swept the Phillies on the field. This time it was at Citizens Bank Park. But the Phillies, they end up sweeping the New York Mets. They bring out the brooms. Game 1, it was a 1-0 victory. It was Aaron Nola. He went 6 scoreless innings. He's been pitching way better as of late after coming back from his injury. Bad news for the Phillies, though. Alec Bohm and Trey Turner, they were placed on the 10-day IL. Looks like Turner's injury is a bit more severe than Alec Bohm, so big losses for them. But it doesn't mean that these guys can't still ball out, and you can see this was evidence of that. They still were able to win all 4 games against the Mets. Game 2, they won this one 9-3. Kyle Schwarber, another Schwarbomb. That's number 50 of the season for him. That makes it the second time a Phillies player has ever hit 50 homers in a season. First time was Ryan Howard when he had 58 homers. Ranger Suarez in this game, 6 innings pitched, 12 strikeouts, just 1 hit allowed, no runs in the 9-3 victory. Game 3 of the series on Wednesday night, 11-3 victory for the Phillies. Max Kepler, he had 5 ribbies in this one. That gave the Phillies a 10-game lead over the New York Mets in the NL East division, and they made it 11 after the final game on Thursday. The Mets, they took an early 4-0 lead in this one. I was like, all right, the Mets are going to take one game. They're going to win this one. When I, scrolling through the channels and I saw they were up early, like I said, in the first inning. But that was it. They had no base runners the entire game. Can you believe that one? You can't. You can't make it up. That was loss number 6 in a row for them. Harrison Bader, he had a go-ahead hit. That's how the Phillies cement the sweep in this series. Next, we had the Milwaukee Brewers at the Texas Rangers. Another sweep. The Rangers, they bring out the brooms in this one. Rookie Michael Hellman, his first career grand slam in game 1 in the bottom of the 5th. Rangers win that one 5-0. They come back and win game 2, 5-4. And then the final game of the series, Jake Berger with a big 2-homer game. They win this one 6-3. And the Rangers getting hot. They're able to sweep the best team in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers. And we're going to see where the Rangers stand when it comes to the American League standings. Minnesota Twins at the LA Angels. The Angels, they take 2 out of 3 in this one. Cincinnati Reds at the San Diego Padres. Fernando Tatis Jr., a walk-off sac fly in game number 1 in the 10th inning. They win that one 4-3. But the Reds, they battle back. They're trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, trying to take advantage that the Mets got swept. They win game number 2. Tyler Stevenson with a big go-ahead 2-run homer in that one. They win that game 4-2. And then they win the final game of the series, a rubber matchup, 2-1 victory for the Cincinnati Reds. Next, we go to the St. Louis Cardinals at the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners, they bring out the brooms, and this is big. They are able to win game 1, 4-2. Josh Naylor with a big 2-run double in this one. Game 2, 5-3 victory for the Mariners. Randy Arozarena hits a go-ahead 3-run homer. Then Josh Naylor, 3 later homers in the game. That's number 28 of the season for him. Let me see. Is that number 28? It might be. I gotta double check that. I might have messed up there. Forget the number 28 of the year for now. But anyways, they win that one. And then game number 3 to complete the sweep. 13th inning walk-off, Leo Rivas, a big 2-run homer to walk it off. First pitch he sees, 4-2 victory. Bring the brooms out, St. Louis. See you later. Go home, buddy. Next, we got the Arizona Diamondbacks at the San Francisco Giants. The Giants, 5 homers in game 1. They win that one 11-5. Game 2 of the series, Willie Adames, he has a 3-run homer. That one, that's 8 homers homers in 8 straight series for him. That puts them 2 games behind the Mets after winning that second game 5-3. But then the Diamondbacks, they come back and they are able to win the final game to avoid the sweep 5-3. Boston at the Athletics. Boston hands out 2 straight shutouts, 7-0 shutout, and then 6-0 shutout in game 2. But in game 3, to avoid the sweep, the Athletics and Nick Kurtz and Shea Langoliers, they both homer in this one. They both had 30 homers in the season. And, you could use those 30 homers from Shea Langoliers. Remember, he was traded to the Athletics from the Braves. We could definitely use those 30 homers. Definitely use those 30 homers. Lawrence Butler, he had a walk-off single. And that's how the Athletics win the final game and avoid the sweep. 5-4 victory there. Colorado at the Los Angeles Dodgers. Tyler Glasnow, 7 no-hit innings, 11 strikeouts, 2 walks. Blake Trinan came in with a clean inning, but Ryan Ritter breaks up the no-no against Tanner Scott. So it's 2 consecutive no-no chances for the Dodgers. But they lose a no-no, but they win the game 3-1. And then win game number 2, 7-2. Mookie's been hot, man. He's been heating up. Mookie That's but a grand slam in game number 3. Shutout victory for the Dodgers, 9-0. They bring out the Bruins against the Rockies. And we got Pittsburgh at the Baltimore Orioles. The Orioles playing some crazy, insane baseball as of late. They get a sweep of the Pirates, 3-2 walk-off victory in the 11th. Samuel Masala with a walk-off single there off of Tommy Pham's glove, sliding going towards the line, the foul line. Bounced it off his glove. He was in fair territory when the ball hit his glove. That's a fair ball. That's a walk-off victory. They walk it off again in the 10th. In game number 2, 2-1 victory there. Paul Skeens, though, he went 5 innings with 8 strikeouts. He now has a 1.92 ERA. But in the bottom of the 10th, Dylan Beavers, he has a walk-off single to end it, and then they win the final game 3-2. That's how they win the series. They bring out the Bruins again against the Pirates. A big series for the Detroit Tigers at the New York Yankees. Detroit, though, they bring out the bats, kid. They bring out the bats. They win the first game 12-2. Judge hits homer number 44, number 359 from his career. That passes Yogi Berra from the 5th. He's all-time Yankee homer list now 5th all-time. Congrats to the Judge. But I'm pretty sure he wanted to win that ball game. The Tigers, they put up 9 runs in the 7th. Again, a 12-2 victory. That was not a fun game to be at if you're a Yankee fan. The second one was not a fun one as well because the Tigers 11-1 victory there. But then game 3, to avoid the sweep, Aaron Judge, he has number 45 and 46 of the season. He now has 100 ribbies. Tally that up. That's number 360 and number 361 of his career. Now he is tied with Joe DiMaggio for 4th on the all-time Yankees list. Again, congrats to him. Next, we got and listen, we're looking dominant, man. They play the Yankees. Detroit is looking dominant. So it might be a playoff series right there. It possibly could be a playoff series. So you might have got a preview of how it's going to go down. Next, we got the Houston Astros at the Toronto Blue Jays. The Blue Jays, they take 2 out of 3 in this one. They got a walk-off hit by Tyler Heineman. Game number 1, a 4-3 victory there in the 10th inning. That was off of Kimbrough, by the way. He is still around in Houston now. Yanier Diaz has a homer that gives his Astros a 3-2 lead and the win in game number 2. But then Kevin Gausman, game 3. Kevin Gausman, complete game, shutout, 9 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 walk, a 6-0 victory for the Blue Jays. He might have cemented me a fantasy baseball championship because I got my boy Kevin Gausman. He cooked for me. I think I'm like 74 points with that one start. So he might have cemented that for me. Still got a few days left to see how things go down. But that loss was a big loss for the Astros because now they are tied atop the AL West with the Seattle Mariners. So listen, it's going to get crazy, man. It's going to get crazy in the AL West. We got the Rangers also playing good baseball. But we're going to see. We're going to see. Just give me a few. We're going to see how the AL West standings are looking. The last series that we had was the Tampa Bay Rays and the Chicago White Sox. The White Sox, they take 2 out of 3 in this one. And that is how the action from around the league went down. When it comes to new series, we had 2 series that started yesterday. That was the Colorado Rockies at the San Diego Padres. Padres ended up taking that one 2-0. And then we had a new one, the LA at the Seattle Mariners. This is going to be a 4-game set, as well as the Padres and Rockies one that I just read. Mariners, they are able to walk it off in 12 innings. Harry Ford with a walk-off sac fly. That's how the Mariners are tied up atop the AL West with the Houston Astros. As for the rest of this team, the Tampa Bay Rays at the Chicago Cubs. And talking about the Cubs, before we go to the next series, Anthony Rizzo, he announces his retirement. He will be retired as a Cub tomorrow and on Saturday. And so, I like that he's retiring as a Cub, as he should, and he should. broke the Cubs curse. Big part of that tremendous run that they were on. So that's awesome to see from Anthony Rizzo. For Anthony Rizzo, I'm glad that he's retiring as a Cub. So I'm pretty sure lots of Cubs fans are happy to see that. Pittsburgh at Washington, that's another series. Kansas City at the Phillies, Baltimore at the Toronto Blue Jays, the Texas Rangers at the New York Mets. Keep an eye on this one. The Rangers are hot, and the Mets are struggling. So keep an eye on this one. Two teams with very, very good. I don't even know what I was going to say. Very, very good chances of making the playoffs, but one is on the rise, the other one is on the climb. The Chicago White Sox at the Cleveland Guardians, Detroit Tigers at the Miami Marlins, New York Yankees at Boston. Classic series. Take a look at that. The Houston Astros at the Atlanta Braves. A redo of the 2021 World Series. Arizona Diamondbacks at the Minnesota Twins, St. Louis Cardinals at the Milwaukee Brewers, Cincinnati Reds at the Athletics, and the Los Angeles Dodgers at the San Francisco Giants. That is all we got for the MLB. Actually, that's all we got for the series that went down. But we're going to actually take a look at the standings and tell you guys where everyone is at. Here we go. Let's check here. Hold on, I'm just clearing something up here, guys. My apologies. All right, here is the way the standings are looking. The Milwaukee Brewers, first place in the National League Central. Chicago Cubs, 83 and 63. They're 5.5 games back. Cincinnati Reds, 74 and 72. St. Louis Cardinals, 72 and 75. Tigers are down there. If you're down there, I'm not reading your standings anymore. Los Angeles Dodgers at National League West, 82 and 64. San Diego, 8 and 67, 2.5 games back. San Francisco Giants, 74 and 72. They're 8 games back. Arizona, Colorado. Phillies, 87 and 60. They're 11 games ahead of the Mets. The Mets have lost 6 in a row. They're 76 and 71. And then you got the Marlins at Atlanta Braves and the Washington Nationals. American League East, Toronto Blue Jays, 84 and 62. They're atop their division. Yankees, 3 games back at 81 and 65. Boston Red Sox, 81 and 66, 3.5 games back. Tampa Bay, and then Baltimore. American League Central, the Detroit Tigers, 84 and 63. Cleveland Guardians are 75 and 71. They're 8.5 back. Then you got the Royals, the Twins, and the Chicago White Sox. And last but not least, the American League West. Here's the tie that we were talking about. Houston Astros, 79 and 68. Seattle Mariners, 79 and 68. They've won 6 in a row. Of course, you got the Rangers right behind them. They won 4 in a row, 77 and 70. They're 2 games back. Then you got the Angels and the Athletics. So now let's look at the wild card. Wild card picture is as follows in the National League. You got the Brewers, Phillies in the bye. Dodgers, the other division winner. Wild card, top spot, the Cubs. Second spot, Padres. The Mets holding on to that final spot. The Reds and the Giants right behind them, 1.5 games back. D-back, 3 games back, and St. Louis Cardinals, 4 games back. All those teams have a chance. You gotta get hot. And listen, this is your chance right now, man. If any of those teams, this is your chance. The Mets are struggling, and you have a big opportunity. They also have a tough schedule as well. So this is a key opportunity for you to be able to make some ground against the Mets in the final wild card spot. American League standings look as follows. You got the Toronto Blue Jays, Tigers, Houston Astros, and the Mariners right now are tied in the division. Wild card is as follows, though. At the top spot, Red Sox, second spot, Astros, and Seattle. Whoever is there, they're going to get the final spot. But the Rangers, back of that, Guardians, 3.5, and then you got Kansas City at 5 games back. Tampa Bay, you're 6.5 back. I won't mention you until you get the series. So Serious. So, anyways, that is who is close up there in the standings. That is all we have for the MLB. Thank you guys for being patient with me. And let's now head into our final segment.
It's time for your Braves forecast.
It's time for the Braves forecast, where we take a look at the upcoming Braves series. This series starts tonight. It's going to be the Houston Astros, 79 and 68, coming into town to Truist Park, facing the Braves at 65 and 81. Game one last night, when I was getting these stats, it was TBD going for the Houston Astros, but now it looks like it's Jaden Murray starting for them. He made his debut this season. No starts for him yet. This is going to be his third game that he appears in, his first career start. So we'll see how he does there. Going up for the Braves, it's going to be Herschel Waldrop. He's now 4-0 with I can't even talk, with a 1.33 ERA. I'll repeat that since I messed up. Herschel Waldrop, 4-0 with a 1.33 ERA. Saturday's game, though, is going to be their ace. You can call him his ace now. Their ace now, Hunter Brown. He's 11-7 with a 2.25 ERA. Going up against one of our aces, Bryce the Man Elder. I'm not going to call him Jekyll and Hyde anymore. Bryce the Man Elder. He's 7-9 with a 5.35 ERA. Today's game and tomorrow's game, they both start at 7:15 p.m. Eastern time. And then Sunday's game, game 3, that's going to be at 1:35 p.m. It's going to be Framber Valdez. Whoever's catching for him, beware, guys. Beware. If he gives up a homer, beware that he doesn't cross you up the next pitch, because you might be taking one right in the throat. So keep an eye for Framber. He's 12-9 with a 3.42 ERA. For the Braves, it's going to be Joey Wentz, who's 5-6 with a 5.61 ERA. That is all we have for the Braves forecast. Clear skies, but it's about to get stormy down there when the Astros come in. They're about to destroy the Atlanta Braves, because, listen, the Braves are not playing for anything right now. But the Astros, they're hungry. They're trying to stay in this American League playoff race. So they're going to do anything they have to do to stay in the picture. So we'll see, man. We'll see if the Braves can play spoiler. I keep saying that every series. Oh, we'll see if we can play spoiler. They're not going to play no spoiler, man. They're not going to play no spoiler. If they win, it's going to be just one game, and then just whoever's in town, just keep it moving, guys. Get your 2 wins and keep it moving. That is how we do with the 2025 Atlanta Braves. So listen, thank you guys for continuing to support the show. Really, really appreciate it. Thank you for supporting the shorts on all platforms. I had a video, my last short that I put up on Facebook. First time I get 1K views on Facebook. I got no love on Facebook. But you guys show some love even on Facebook, so I appreciate that. Make sure to check us out on Facebook, TikTok, X, Twitter, whatever you call it, YouTube at The Chop Seat, and then on Instagram at The Chop Seat Pod. So thank you guys. Hope you guys have a great week, and keep an eye on these series, man. All these series are going to be good. Keep an eye on the standings. Might have some more flip-flops by the time that comes. I can't even speak. You could tell that I need a nap, man. I need a nap. But when it's Monday, you're going to have some switches in the standings. There's going to be some flip-flops in the standings. So make sure you keep an eye on those. All right. So that's what I want to say. Anyways, have a great weekend, guys. And I will see you next time on The Chop Seat.